So this week's recitation is about homework 3, part 2. It's related to supply and demand curve. So before we start to talk about the question, I want to remind you about the supply curve and demand curve. Remember, they are just telling you the supply and the demand schedule. So which means under a certain price, what is the market demand, and under a certain price, what is market supply. So first, let's look at the first question. The table below shows Tom's demand schedule for web tutoring before and after winning the lottery. Use the data provided to answer the following questions. First, without the lottery win, at what price would Tom buy 14 hours of web tutoring? 2. With the lottery win, at what price would Tom buy 14 hours of web tutoring? So obviously, this question is related to the demand curve. And it's talk about after your income change, how it will affect your demand curve. So if you look at the table here, you will find the first column, the price per hour, so that is the price. So the second column, initial demand, so that means without a lottery win, how much, and about the Tom's demand without a lottery win. And the third column, after increased income, so that is with a lottery win, what is Tom's demand schedule for web tutoring? To answer this question, you can start from drawing the demand curve, or later I will teach you a very simple and quick way. So first, let's look at drawing the demand curve. So if you plan to draw the demand So if you plan to draw the demand curve, remember we have the vertical and horizontal axis. You should remember the vertical axis always the price. That's important. And the horizontal axis always the quantity. It can be the quantity to supply or quantity to demand. So now look at the price. So the price is 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So that obviously have the, for each price have $5 increase. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the first one is $10 and the 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And the 45 and the 50. So when the price is $50 without lottery, the Thomas only demanded the 4. So let's see, here is 4. And $50 will demand 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. Oh, sorry, 18 and 20. Now we can find the corresponding point. So $50 we have 4. He demand 4, and the 55 demand 6, and 40 demand 8, and 35 demand 10, and $30 12, $25 14, and $20 16, $15, 18, and $10, 20. So now we know that again. So the demand curve tell us the demand schedule. So which means if the market price is $50, Tom need 4 4 hour per semester as a web tutoring. So now we can link all the dots together. We will get our demand curve without tutoring. So how about after he won the lottery? So obviously his salary increase. Based on your intuition, you will know if your income increase, you definitely will spend more time on the tutoring, web tutoring. So now we have, instead, when the price is 50 instead of demand 4, Thomas demand 8. So first, let me change the color. So now, when the price is 50 and his demand is 8, so it's here. And when the price is 45, the demand is 10. And when the price is 40, the demand is 12. And the price is 35, 14. And when the price 14, and when the price is 35, it's on the 30 and demand 16. And when the price is 25, demand 18. And when the price is 20 and demand 20. So we can stop here and link them together, and it should be a straight line as well. So this blue line is with the lottery. So now look at the question. So the question is that when our price, the market price, what the price would Tom buy 14 hours of web tutoring? So now you can look at the graph or look at the table. So when we have 14 hours demand and we want to figure out what is the price, so obviously when he want to buy the 14 hours and corresponding to the vertical axis, you will find without lottery the price is 35. Oh, sorry, the without is 25. And how about with the lottery? So if with the lottery, and we can find it's 35. So to answer this question, without the lottery win, at what price would Tom buy 14 hours of web tutoring? So that is 25. And if you look at the with the lottery, so we found is here, so that is 35. So this is the answer. So another way to go through it is trying to just look at the table. First, find where is 14 hours. So here and here. So we know the vertical axis is the quantity, and the vertical axis is price, and the horizontal axis is quantity. So corresponding to the 14 hours, and we found the price 25. So that means without lottery, and his demand is 25. He want to pay 25 to buy 25 on the web tutoring. If he win the lottery, so corresponding to this 14 is 35. So that means he want to pay 35 on the web tutoring.